Hello, all, and welcome to another episode of Social Observations. This time we are going to be having a little understanding and observations about the, again, dark side of YouTube and the interesting situations that evolve from being in and around the dark side of YouTube. More specifically, Dramasphere. That said, I've had some interesting things occur over the last 24 hours. Interestingly enough, I actually did something positive for a friend who suffers from MS and another physically another physically debilitating thing that affected her hands. She had a screw to get out of a LCD TV that would not get out, and it was stripped. So I 2 mornings ago actually went over to her place and flattened off the sides of the head and was able to get the screw out and helped her put the TV back into the box so that she could return it later that day. So I went and I got something to eat. Came home. I passed out for 12 hours. Given again the nature of this video being in the 2:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time frame. And so when I woke up to a bunch of numerous messages from people saying that apparently I was doxxed. And by a certain individual that I won't go into details about. But needless to say, that's where all the fun began. And let me pre-state things here. When you put yourself into certain situations socially, you have to be aware of the consequences of what may happen. From this point on, this is to serve as a reference point and an example of some of the things that may happen to you when you if you do happen to go down the darker paths of YouTube to explore or even be part of it. So, getting back to my point, when you happen to be around the negative side of YouTube, there is always the distinct chance that there will be individuals out there who will try to pull you into their own drama or their own campaigns against other individuals. Myself, again, the reason why I got doxxed was because I was asked a certain thing because of my location in regards to said individual. And they got told by various sources that I would do something to them. And which later on, when said individual watched actual live stream footage, discovered that I actually did say I want nothing to do with them and that whatever they have going on is their business between them and other parties. But somehow, because somebody said that I had said that I would do something about it, I got doxxed and blamed. This is again the problem with YouTube, is there are a bunch of minor little troublemaker people around that like to stir crap up. And I don't mean the dark side of the dark side of YouTube, specifically Dramasphere. There is still individuals in the YouTube guitar community that are, and actually at one point in time, some of them have openly admitted to being drama starters. That said, at the end of the day, no matter whether you actually involve yourself in it or try to stay as much of a neutral party to things as possible, you're going to get dragged into it. So hopefully this falls on many people's ears as some helpful advice and thoughts and encouragement about when or if it may happen. At the end of the day, you have to say and give yourself more of a I don't give a rat's behind about the matter. Because again, as mentioned, no matter how hard you try to separate yourself from individuals or certain situations, one way or another, somebody or something is going to pull you back into that. And all you can do is try to recover as best as possible. Now, again, the thing that I love is that, I put videos up like this to make it very clear that I don't have any interest in stirring drama or creating drama. I may comment on certain things of dramas that are going on and giving my honest opinion about something, but that in no way, shape, or form is my attempt to be part of the drama or involve myself in drama. And it is anyone's right on YouTube to make a comment or make commentary on said situations. And for that reason, you can be held accountable for it. And I understand that some individuals want to hold me accountable for being spoken about things or, given my opinion about things. But the reality is, again, my intentions are never been bad. Many of these individuals throughout YouTube that are very toxic, very drama focused, or who are bored and have nothing else better to do with their life, they will zoom in on those types of comments and they will try to manipulate and use it to their advantage. And again, this has been seen for years upon YouTube. Various individuals that I don't need to name because they're already very well known, how they will actually manipulate not only audio but video to be twisted to their advantage into how they think that they can get what they feel is the big bit of information or what's the truth. And the reality is people that are smart enough can see when something is manipulated. People that are smart enough and understand about social situations can tell when something is doctored and when something is manipulated, just like a lot of American social media and news coverage happens to be, according to some individuals that do not trust American news, which is validated, I think, to a certain degree. I do think there is some corruption in the news aspect of the United States. So I will validate that. But at the end of the day, you know, the more an individual keeps doing that type of stuff, further discredits any type of credibility that they have. Whereas if you do happen to keep a honest, sincere, genuine output in what you say on YouTube and social media and other sites, then it makes it very hard for someone to actually try to nail you as saying something bad or being something bad. As I've had individuals try for years, but again, I'm here. Why? Because anything that people try to say and make me appear to be are lies. If I was that of what some people keep insisting, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to broadcast freely. I would not be able to speak what I have to say. And it just shows further about these people having, mental issues. And furthermore, so it just goes to further emphasize how much YouTube needs to crack down on the platform and getting said individuals off. With that said, getting back to what I was saying about in the recent last 24 hours. So, I got doxxed, and I actually went to the individual's channel and tried to explain while they were on a live stream that, what you heard was false, and that I said I have no intentions in doing anything to them, nor do I want any involvement with them, and so forth. Trying to just basically emphasize that, that's what I am getting at, and that, if that was the case, that I wanted to be involved in the crap and drama that, said individual does, or the stuff that he has going on against them, then, I would be involved. I would be there more often, and I would say according things, but I never said such a thing. And said user actually did see on video footage where I clearly said I want nothing to do with the individual. Here's an interesting spin out of that. So, because I actually stand up for myself, try to make something clear so that there's no longer any miscommunications or misunderstanding about said individual and my involvement with them. People that are against said individual turn around and say that because I was over on their stream explaining that I have no interest in doing anything to them, I'm somehow blowing smoke up said person's derriere and kissing their butt. Really? Interesting. And again, here we discover how these small level individuals in YouTube like to, again, twist things to their own thoughts. So, again, in doing this video, I'm just stating the record and stating the obvious. And to these individuals that think that, I'm sorry, but you're wrong, for one. Secondly, I've established enough between whatever individuals to know who I am as a person and what you're trying to insinuate is, you know, preposterous, because nobody would actually believe that, because they know my mentality, and that is to stay neutral. The more you stay neutral in things, the better it is for your survival and existence on YouTube. That said, there are another interesting twist of things that also came about this in the last 24 hours is because my knowledge and knowing also individuals, or a individuals then in turn have gone around and trying to say that because I know or am around said individuals, that I don't need to be around in a capacity to support another situation that is going on. Which I did do a live stream briefly in existence that I have removed about said individual and narcissistic personality disorder. So the thing is okay, you're part of the same group of individuals that want to get somebody removed off the platform who is being harmful to users on the platform and is being fake. But because one individual in that group is in communications or friends or has some type of connection to some other person that isn't liked, for that reason you justify wanting them removed from said party of people because of it. They're supporting this person. They're this person's friend. They don't belong here. It's like, no. Whose right is it for you to say and dictate that? It isn't. It's free will, free reign. No matter whether you want to be on a troll side, whether you want to be on an anti-troll side, whether you want to support someone who is hated, or whether you want to support someone who's loved. This is the biggest problem with YouTube right now. People that say because you associate with someone, you should not be allowed to be there with someone else or be in said group of people or around some individual's YouTube channel because they're friends with this person or they support this person. Not everyone is like that. I'm not like that. I do like people that are from both positive and negative sides. I've known some individuals who have been trolls, but have been trolls with a purpose. So I guess if you want to use the black and white hacker term, I've known white trolls, I've known black trolls, and I still don't agree with black trolls. In other words, evil people who do it for the wrong reasons, not a race thing as people are obsessed about nowadays. No, I'm not like that. Anyone who actually sees anyone that I actually go around and watch will know that. So in case anyone out there is going to try to twist that again, like a lot of individuals love to do. With that said, at the end of the day, again, just friendly advice. If you have any intention of having any type of integrity, do watch who you go around, for one. Secondly, again, as I always say, no matter what you verbally say, say on video as I am now, or textually say online, be aware that you will be held liable for it, whether your intentions are good or bad. There, in some instances, you will face consequences, or these mentally unstable individuals who will twist what they see to be their own little narrative in what you've said. And there is quite a few of those types around YouTube. Again, as long as you support the people with good reasons, good karma, a good position in life, and a good position here on the YouTube platform, there should be no consequences to your existence on YouTube. And, for the most part, the majority of the people that I go around have a positive influence or have a positive aspect. Now, some people might say them in a negative context per se, but again, as I've said when exploring the darker side of YouTube, not all situations are filled with all bad individuals. There are, in some cases, good individuals that have good intentions. I have actually met quite a few very nice individuals that, because of them being associated with certain individuals, might not be seen as good people, but as the same as these questionable individuals on YouTube. But I have met many, 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 many positive, good people that have a good understanding about social aspects, about people's mental issues and problems. And, I like being around those individuals. Those are, the type of people you do need to be socially around to, maybe have a friendship or, some association to have, conversations about stuff, discussing a certain mental awareness that might affect people a certain way, or to actually help individuals that might be getting used by people. It's one of my biggest things about the world and about life, especially as I've gotten older. We're all human beings. We all have bones, we all have blood, we all have skin, eyes, and so forth and so forth. And it's really what it is. We should care about each other and about each other's well-being. That may not be a sentiment shared by everyone that I am around, but the majority of people understand that, we are all here alive. We don't want people to suffer. We don't want people to feel pain. There's still a lot of human beings out there that still have a lot of genuine caring and affection for people. Not in a perverse way as some individuals like to spin it around to be. And that's basically what's on my mind for now. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in and listened to my 25-minute stream here. Again, I hope everyone is well. Treat everybody else well out there. And again, try to be a positive influence and do positive things in life. And that's the kind of life you'll live. A positive and happy one. Take care, folks. Bye for now.